intestinal distress is common during a cardiac event.
I just want to hear the doctor say that Jerry had a fart attack. Is that too much to ask?
Oh yeah. Born in the 50s, raised in the 60s, stoned since the 70s, and a nerd for life. I'm this old stoner, and I'm fixing to have a fart attack. Oh yeah. Now you don't know what a fart attack is. That's just me trying to have some fun with art live on YouTube. Oh yeah. Hope you guys will enjoy me or join me today as I try and pursue some more airbrush art. Yeah, I actually pulled my airbrushes out today and was like trying to clean them up and see which ones were working right, and see which ones weren't working so good, and cleaning them up and stuff. And I had to like retire a couple of them. Hey, Mark, Greg, welcome to the stream. And I keep telling myself not to buy more, but I did, and I ended up buying a much better quality airbrushes. So I've been like kind of pushing and promoting the Amazon brand, which is basically a clone of the Iwata. And Dale has he started pushing these things called a no-name brand, and I started comparing the prices and stuff. And the ones that I buy cost me around 40 bucks each. Whereas the no-name brand, just buying a single one, is 80 bucks. But you can get there's like a special where you can get 6 of them at the same time. And that knocks the price down to 50 bucks each. So I ordered me 6 new airbrushes this morning. I'm really anxious to see how much better they're going to be, or if they're going to be any better at all. I know these have been inconsistent. I've kind of talked about it. And even when I've been switching the parts, I don't know what's going on with them, but it's almost like they changed the way that they were being made in between the different ones that I've got. Because there's certain parts, even though they're the exact same model number, there's certain parts on them that are not interchangeable. I would go on to change some of the needles and the cones on one, but one of the end parts that screws on will not fit. I couldn't figure it out, so I basically have a stack of cones and needles and stuff, because all the ones that I've bought have come with, 3. You get the 0.5, the 0.3, and the 0.8. Hey, Nez. And and that was one of my big selling points, my big thing. Oh yeah, you can do this, and but they're not being as interchangeable as they're supposed to be. So that kind of frustrated me. I took all the ones that were messed up, not working right, upstairs and started tearing them apart, trying to see if there was some way that I could fix them. And what I decided to do to see that there was a problem is that I get the airbrush out, and I basically have a stack of the cones. So what I do is or the item that's not fitting right, so I'd take those out, and I would just take the exact same size needle and cone from several different ones. And I've also run into a situation where the needles aren't the same length either. So even though these are a good price and they work good, for your average person, you're only going to buy 1 or 2 airbrushes. You'll be fine. You should be fine with it. But since I've got so many of them and I can compare them, I'm finding all sorts of inconsistencies. Just like I've said before, how like some of them do all the flowing and everything, and right, has a nice flow to it. I can go from a thin to a thick line easily, but not all the airbrushes are consistent like that. And when I pull them out of the brand new package and go and test them out, they're being inconsistent. So now I've got way more airbrushes than I really need. But, it's almost like a little addiction, I guess you'd say. Every time, and I would like to have enough airbrushes for every color. So out of all the airbrushes I actually do have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them that are working pretty good. And then I've got like 4 of them upstairs that are not working the way that they're supposed to. So I don't want to be fighting with them, especially, you know, on a live show. So, and I actually sat down and tested out all my paints and did some painting today and found my Fart Club stencil. And finally told myself this shirt here had like pissed me off and really discouraged me. So I decided to go ahead and pull it out and see if I couldn't fix it. And now, granted, it's not perfect and it's not ideal and I'm not super happy about it, but I decided that instead of just letting it sit over there in the corner and every time I look at it, you know, feeling depressed or bummed out about it, I said, you know what, screw it. I mean, at one point I said I was going to black it all in and turn it into an updated version of it. I think I showed this comic. Yeah, I was going to do that, but then I decided, nah, let me just go back with the original. And I did some black on it. I like fixed up the blue, and you know, still not that happy about it. However, I decided I have such issues. Hey, Sean, I have such issues with lettering. I decided, you know what? I hate the shirt already. Let me go ahead and give it a shot and see if I can letter it. And even though the lettering isn't all that great, I did manage to get almost all of the text that is actually on the original T-shirt. And then I figured, you know, put the little yellow. Actually, the original comic had yellow in it. So I'm going to jump up there and see if I can't fill in the background and try and get it to kind of make it similar to those ones that I did with Superman and Batman. Not sure what I'm going to do on the back, but originally I had thought that I would try and do this Todd McFarlane version of Spider-Man on the back. And I still might do that. I mean, now that I'm feeling a little bit better about it, about myself, after getting my airbrushes working and stuff. And let's see. And the reason that my mic kept going out yesterday was because the battery died. I did not realize it, so I've had it on the battery all day today. And I know they're all charged up as much charge as I can get on them. And yeah, and then did a little practice right before the show to see if I can get that echo on my other mic. Of course, I got to keep it turned off most of the time. But if this one goes out and I notice that everyone's saying, "Oh, I can't hear you," I have that one as a backup. Luckily, I had that one last week. And I'm just going to play one of these what do I call this? Found albums from unknown artists. Again, I'm starting up more towards the beginning of it. This is an album I've played on the show before called Stonilla, Between Two Worlds. I like most of these. Most of these have been pretty good. I got some sort of a thing that says, warning, please check the video resolution. But I'm not going to worry about it because I think it's doing okay. Alrighty then. Let's see. Now, I don't have all the colors, but I'll have to be switching some of these colors out if I decide to get a little more elaborate than what I have planned on. I'm basically trying to copy this. You guys can't see this, so I'll hold it up where you can see what I'm working from. Oh, I need to get on the live feed rather than YouTube feed so that I can see what I'm actually doing. So I'm not going to do any of the lettering at the top, but I'm going to kind of fake in my the little city buildings in the city like I did with the Superman and Batman one, and then just try and do some sort of a, I haven't decided if I want to do a light sky or a red sky, because the this version of it has a red sky. I'm not sure if I should go for like a sunset. I kind of think maybe I should. We'll see. Well, let me see. I'll do these little buildings down here first, I think. And see if... now, I'm not going to do the buildings like they got them on there. I'm just going to use my little stencil here. That gets a pretty cool looking effect going on it. See if I can get colors to look relatively decent. And actually, I don't think I'll go. I think I'll go like this, and then try and build it up over here. Bring it down like that, kind of a little, and leave that with that. So I'm not really doing it over all that other stuff. And just do, just take advantage of the airbrush from a distance. Oh, that looks kind of cool. And then down over here, like, should I bring it up this high? No, I think I'll keep it down like this. And do this regular sky looking stuff up there. Probably make myself a new little city building stencil. Oh, and I should probably mix it up, put a few different colors in there too. Oh yeah, I found my Fart Club. You guys remember me doing that yesterday. Found my Fart Club stencil and kind of messed around with it on that thing I was doing yesterday. Yeah, single color gets real boring real fast. Throw some blue down. The blue and this raspberry go together really well. And I'm just trying to do this kind of abstract anyway, so. So how are you guys doing today? I'm feeling great myself. Getting excited to be able to get out and try and live life again. It's only going to be a few more weeks and I'll have all my shots, and then I can go hang out with my daughter, hang out with son. They both work in the medical field, so they've both been very adamant about, you know, the distancing stuff. I think I'm going to throw some red in there too. Oh. Switch it around, make it. I'm really curious to see if, oh, I flipped it over a little bit, to see if the new airbrushes are going to be much better than these. Because I've already said, and I still stand by it, that I pretty much, very much, like these cheap master brands better than the expensive Iwatas. Now the Iwatas are built very, very good. Hey Jim, right on. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. What? Let me. Oh, since it's not gonna be night, I can't make. My head's working a mile a minute right now at the moment. So let's see. How should I do this sky? Oh, I forgot to finish off his web. I think I'm gonna kind of make it like with clouds. Let's see. Yeah, I think like this. Try and give it a sense of having clouds there. And if I hold this, let's see, where do I need to have that? Oh, I can't even tell where that. Oh, that's because it was like this. Okay. I think this will be a good way to do my sky. Rather than just fill it in, I'm going to make it look like it's like these really high clouds, kind of at a weird angle. Or as some people would say, I'm going to make the sky look like it has a major haze trail. Him haze. Should I fix? Let's see, can you guys see it pretty good? I've already done most of that down here. Oh, that's a little bit too close. Better keep it like this since it's this big. See if I can. Make the sky with a Kim haze. Oh man, am I a genius or what? Oh, I think I was bragging about that yesterday. What's that song? Yeah, that was the way, definitely the way to do it. That way I don't get frustrated trying to fill it in. But I do know that these probably would have looked a lot better if I'd taped them off to where they actually had the little lines and sharp edges to where it looked more like a comic book. I probably ought to turn the camera down just a little bit more so you can kind of see what I'm doing down here in the city part of it. If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, Polly Purebred would probably be pleased. Oh, Polly Purebred. Who's Polly Purebred? Can anybody tell me who Polly Purebred is? I'm sure the name sounds familiar, even if you don't know who it is. Oh, I think I'm going to add a... Oh, this is what I'll do. I'll add a little bit of purple. Oh, you can't see I'm working at the top a little bit now, too. I just got a little bit too close. Add a little bit of purple up here at the top. Which actually will kind of help tie it into this at the bottom. And I got to transfer over there. And I need some black to finish off his web here that I didn't. Why didn't I? Oh, I didn't finish it because it's got that other. Oh, there we go. That's all it needed. Oh, I remember the other thing. Where is that stencil? I can use this stencil I was using on the other one for windows in the building. So I think I will kind of do this. There we go. Don't need to put it on all of them, just a little bit. It's kind of cool how just a little bit of little things like this make it seem like you put a ton of detail in. And this stencil is just perfect for that sort of thing. Sure. Need more? What other stencils? Oh, these probably would look cool. You have to be careful about those comics. These comics are actually valuable. I might actually, especially after watching Sean's video the other day, I was looking at some of those comics that they had in the cases, and some of those comics are like insanely valuable. Especially if they had them graded. There were some of them I was wondering why the hell they hadn't graded them. But that one, the first appearance of Robin that was in the case there, I think it was Detective 38, I believe, is the actual comic. I remember seeing it there in the case, and it had been graded and was slabbed. So I had to, and you only had the camera on it for just like a very brief second. There, a lot of the stuff that I was really interested, you were interested in stuff that I was like, it's kind of interesting. But the stuff I was really interested in, you didn't really mention too much. I got a lot of those little statues too. Check this statue out I've got. Let me see if I can reach it. Oh yeah, I've got some statues. This one here is a limited edition. I think I've shown it off before. It's kind of dusty though, because it's not in a case. This one is really cool. A Joker. This is the Heath Ledger Joker from the Batman movie, and I actually bought this before he died, before the movie even came out. I ordered it in advance. It's number 3723 of 6000, and after you did your little thing, I started looking up some of the stuff that I've got, and now I paid a pretty, at the time, well, let's say that it's gone up. I paid a good amount of money for it when it was brand new. And then of course all that sort of stuff, really the prices of all that sort of stuff just can be like super extreme. Well, and it's just like this comic book here too. I checked this comic book that I've got right here. This comic, I looked it up on eBay. Did I look at it today, yesterday? And on eBay, I've seen this particular comic book right here going for $6,000. But that's bullshit. Whoever is charging that much is just scamming, because I looked it up on an official site that prices them and sells them, and that one at a 9.8 sold this month for $1,800 or so, for $1,800 bucks at a 9.8. So it's $1,800 at 9.8. But if it's a 9.6, which is just barely below that, it's like $400. It's nuts just how major. But the one that I was trying to get at, that Batman, I paused your video and zoomed in so that I could see what the grading on it was. And that particular one at a 9.8, I think it was worth $48,000. But that particular one, in the condition that it was in, was like $6,000. And most of the ones that I've been checking out basically are, is there anything else I want to do to this? I don't think so. I mean, it's okay. I'm not super happy with it. Yeah, I better just leave it like that. Wait a minute, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how well my white's working. I've been trying to get my white working, and I don't know if you can see it, but I like used it a little bit here on these little lines. Because today, basically, I blacked all that in. It was all blue and looked real funky, but once I added the black, made it look a lot better, but kind of messed up some of the, kind of lost the blue. I know what I'll do. Let me try and do some white windows. White, it's just so hard to get the white to work. Yeah, it works a little bit. And I don't think you guys can hardly even see it. No, I'm going to have to work with this white more. I actually have a black T-shirt stretched out. I'm about ready to try and attempt a black T-shirt. Again, I've done them before and didn't have too much problems, other than having to just like really lay on the white. Okay, I think I'm done with this. At least this side of it. I think I will try and do the Spider-Man on this side, but I want to have it all drawn out before I start to show it. Oh, J. Jonah. J. Jonah James. J. What am I gonna do? Let's see. Not gonna start on a shirt. Oh, I traced this on here. I wonder if I can do that. Just see this. See if that'll stick on there. I gotta put it up here though. I'm gonna put it up here. This will be like a practice version of this Spider-Man. And actually, I actually traced that on there. It looks like the tracing is smaller than the drawing though. Let me see how well I can do a small version of that. Traced, a small traced version. And rather than do like I had been doing it all with brown and black, I'm just going straight to black. Oh, and let me change the camera. Hang it up to where you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. And you can see my reference too. Take a little break and check out the chat. Yeah, I haven't heard nothing from Mrs. Ganderman in a long time. Oh, so that's why. Okay. Did he get the creeping crud that we've all been avoiding? Oh, cool. All right, good. Hey, Finite World, the Swedes. Yo, homie! I barely missed your premiere today. I don't know what I was doing. Oh yeah, they had a bunch. They had like Spider-Man #1. They had, oh yeah, the ones that, especially the Marvel ones. I didn't see any of the Marvel ones that were graded. Yeah, just that one Detective Comics, Detective Comics 38. I'm such a comic book nut, and I'm really seriously thinking about, well, since I pulled up these couple of comics here and looked them up and saw what the values of them were, I'm thinking about digging through my old comics and comparing them to price guides and finding which ones are the most valuable. And I mean, in my own mind, you know, I'm thinking that these, especially that Spider-Man that I showed you, it's been in that bag since I got it. I mean, I read it once, but sometimes just touching a comic book, if you touch it on the cover, especially a black cover, black covers pick up the oil in your fingers and it leaves a mark on there. And you don't even notice it at first. But over time, it kind of, the acid and the oil in your hands. So basically, my comics, when I was really into the collecting, you get acid-free bags and boards. So that's what most of my collection is that way. Okay, this might be difficult, so because it's so small. Let me see. Oh yeah, because even let's see how small of a line I can get on this thing. Try not to get too shaky either. Yeah, I actually painted enough before the show today that I know that my air compressor is set up right. Because that ended up being a problem yesterday. I had decided to adjust the pressure, turn it down a little bit, And I didn't realize I like turned it down way too much. So once the basic, once the main pressure ran out of the tank, it just went down. So when I was having all that trouble yesterday, I was running at 20 pounds of pressure. And I'm running around 50 pounds of pressure now. And actually, you should be able to go a lot less than that. But I'm trying to do the airbrush paint with very minimal thinning. Now this has actually been thinned the most. And this is actually the smallest tip. All my other airbrushes have a 0.5 tip. This one is using a 0.3. But what's weird about it, kind of blows me away, is that I can actually make thicker lines with it than the other one for some reason. It might be because I've actually thinned this paint a lot. I thin this probably about 20, my black I thin about 20%, and the other colors, oh, maybe 10%. But I was watching Mike's brush today. He did one with he did an airbrush, like a tutorial on the different paints available and what you should use and the airbrushes and stuff. And according to him, if you're doing T-shirts, you shouldn't thin your paint at all. Is what he's trying to say. I don't think I'm going to be able to do all these lines. Same little issue that I had before. Oh, shit. Got way too close. I'll see if I just can't kind of figure out some way to kind of fake them in there. Oh, what's going on? Hope I don't have another airbrush fucking up on me. The big problem I've been having with these other ones that quit working is that for some reason I got blowback. When I try and, instead of the air coming out, the air is just going straight down into here, and I keep tearing them apart trying to figure out what the issue is. I just haven't been able to figure it out. It's not that great, but I will just, I'm just having fun. It doesn't have to be great. It has to be fun. That's the only requirement. That's all it's required. Okay, let's see if a little color will make it look better. Doubt it. But it's super tiny anyway. And I wasn't ever actually going to paint this anyway, but decided to just look out. A much bigger one I should be able to do. I'm going to do this on the back of that Spider-Man, even if I screw it all up. Why not? Oh, what else did I order? I also ordered me these little material squares. Hey, Grumpy, how you doing, man? Oh, yeah. Hanging in there. Hanging in there. Hey, Zepzo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this isn't coming out all that great. But I'm just, mostly what I'm doing is just kind of going through the motions. Tomorrow? Tomorrow? 7 o'clock? Tomorrow? Oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is Blunt Jam. Maybe I'll go live early. Like at 4:20. Yeah, that's probably what I should do. I should go live at 4:20 tomorrow. And then that way I'm all good to go when Brad goes live. Well, you can kind of tell that's Spider-Man. And let's see, let me just do a little yellow circle around it. Hopefully my yellow is working good. I ordered these, well basically I went on to Dale's site where he has a list of all the, basically the stuff he uses. And he gets these, I guess that there's a special name for them. I'm not exactly sure what you call them, but basically they are silk screen test squares. And they're 15 by 15 squares. Oh, it looks great. It does look good on the TV. In real life, it looks like crap. I can tell you what. But that might just be me because most of us artists are our own worst critics. So I will say that might be the reason I'm saying it looks like crap. Oh, I know what I could have done to that other shirt. My little comic book dots. I can do that right here. Let me go back here. Let's see if I can do the black line like that. Oh, I'll just do it with the black since I'm just about done here anyway. Black with blue. No, I'll do it with blue. Blue's my favorite color, Swedes. I think I told you already. Oh yeah, and that's what that's when I first did airbrush stuff, was in the 80s. I've never been good at lettering. At some point I need to force myself to learn how to lip. I really do. But these, yeah, it's awesome. I have 100 15 by 15 squares, so I figured those are going to be perfect for me to. I want to do this. I want to put it in here. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put them all around the edge. That's what I do. Oh, I was looking at all sorts of stencils too. Not so much, I think I've bought all the stencils I'm going to buy because I've bought all sorts of stuff to actually make stencils with. So I need to quit buying stencils and start making my own. Oops, excuse me. There we go. I think I'm done with that. Keep practicing my little signature. How does that look? That looks great on the screen here, but in real life it looks like crap. Wrenching on bikes all day. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. What time is it? I got about 50 more minutes. That's what I'm going to do. Let me add some comic book dots to that Spider-Man. That's what I'll do. Yeah. Few well-placed comic book dots somewhere ought to look pretty good. I think I'll just keep it in the blue too. This one will look good. Okay. Keep it in the blue. Yeah. Oh, can you guys see what I'm doing? Okay, good. I know this one's much bigger, so it's hard. Let me go to the other. More of it. Oh, you can't really see what these dots look like. That's one thing about some of these little textures. They're the ones that will look better in real life than on the screen. I actually saw a stencil of a skull that is like all halftone. So basically you don't even have to draw, you just throw the stencil up and paint it. And I keep seeing all these videos of how to do a Goku or something. And the guy pulls out this stencil and basically the whole thing is just a stencil. I mean, I kind of thought about doing that, but it's definitely not as fun or satisfying, to me at least, as doing the freehand version of it all. Well, I'm just going to go nuts with this dot because they look great in the sky. I think that's enough nuts. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll switch colors. I'm going to go into that purple. The purple one? You do this purple on the bottom. And use this comic book dots right here. Oh yeah. the nuts on there. See what I'm doing? Oh, I'm too low. Too low. I don't know if you can actually see what these look like down here either. I'm also thinking that those buildings might need to have like a little bit of an outline. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Let's see, maybe if I've got a little bit of a straight edge, we might be able to do what I'm thinking. That's it. Not too many of them. Just about half of it. Almost there. Anything else? Does it need anything? Oh, I see something it could use. That green looks kind of funky on this guy, so I'm going to come over it with a little bit of blue, I think. Create a little bit more of shadows on it. Give it a little more something. There we go. That doesn't look so flat now. Well, I think I'm done for this session. Let's see if I can get that up. Kind of see the whole thing. You can see most of it now. Ah, there we go. Oh, I don't know if it would look. That looks like anything, and probably it doesn't look like anything in the black light. Turn on the black light. See what the black light's doing. I know what I should. Oh, it will. It does kind of glow a little bit. A little bit. Not that good, but a little bit. Oh, it does glow a little bit. Just the guy and his hair and the text. But, I like doing blacklight stuff. I really do. So much fun. Oh yeah, yeah. And I feel I'm happy I managed to pull that one out of the dumpster. That was a dumpster fire for sure. I think I'll put the fire out. It's still a dumpster, but at least it's not on fire. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, well, well. It seems like we've come to the end of the show. I'm glad you guys all showed up. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. I have fun with my art, that's for sure. Oh yeah, yeah. And well, it's that time of the show where I click over to the little funny fart song.
Intestinal distress is common.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just want to hear the doctor say that Jerry had a fart attack. Is that
Have
too much
fun
to
with
ask?
art. You guys be good to each other. Stay safe. Stay sane. And much love around the globe. Peace, love, and BW grease. Water is love us forever. Oh yeah, yeah. Bye bye. Good night.